Everything is good, more or less. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, we gotta pull some stuff up. Got my water, not much of it, probably like 2 sips left. Let's see. There we go. Right, we are live. No, we gotta change the title. We gotta change the title. Elon drama news breakdown. Go. Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna lock in within the next 2 to 3 minutes. We'll give some people, like that little bit of time to really, get into the stream. And yeah, so let me just set things up on the side. There was some drama today, which we will cover. Also, the markets have dumped a lot. So we'll cover that, which was expected, right? Which was expected. We've been doing consistent updates in the community and even on YouTube, right, in advance. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to break it down a little bit. Let's see, I got to make sure this. Yeah, the dip is here. What's up, Catchy? Hello, hello. You bought lots today. That's what I love to hear. I did. Oops, I have to do it. Oops, I have to do it. I forgot to tell people that some of my orders did get triggered. Let's see, like Ondo. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, I have to what about render? No, render not yet. Okay, I gotta tell people in the chat, in the community. Where is my I'm a little lost right now. Okay, there we go. All right, guys, we are gonna start the stream literally in like the official stream in just like 30 seconds. So yeah, we're gonna lock in just a second. So yeah. Ondo buy limit triggered. Going to. Okay, there we go. There we go. Just had to do an update. So yeah, welcome to this stream. We'll read the comments before we officially start. So yeah, Cat's been calling it for 3 weeks. Yes, sir. Elon Trump public breakup in white Black Panther didn't have that on the 2025 bingo card. Elon's gonna have to sell his asshole to launch his rockets now. You bought Mudang, Pepe, Turbo, Toshi, Popcat, and Mog. So very, very solid list overall. And yeah, we'll go over the Turbo best buy zone. Yeah, there has been some drama. So we'll first start with Bitcoin. We're going to talk about what's happening right now. Then we are going to talk. Then we could do Turbo very, very quickly. Then we're going to talk about some of the news, and then we're probably going to end with a couple altcoins, updates at the very end. So look, ladies and gentlemen, right? We've been talking about this for a long time. We've literally, especially when we got confirmation over here on the daily candles, right? We had a high, this high, and then a lower high. And even before this happened, right, we talked about how just even in terms of global liquidity, we expected to, reach all-time highs, manipulate, take this high out, which by the way, I believe someone lost $100 million. I believe a very, very big whale got knocked out because, unless it was fake, but he did have a lot of followers, unless it was fake, he had like 100 million position and his stop loss was around like 103,500. It was around 103,500. Omar says, I love your videos. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello, Mr. Guy, Jim Bean. What's up? Carlos, what's up? Don't touch my favorite, Mr. Trump. You and I was safe on this island. Um, I think it's bounce back hard. It's just a psychological move. Yeah. So, do you think swapping render into bonk? Um, if you're looking for more like guarantee pumps and stuff, I would just keep render. It depends what your goal is. I with a certain amount of money, I'm just looking for like that 10 to 15x, right? Like generally speaking, I am looking for like that 10 to 15x sweet mark. We could go a lot higher with even like utility coins, AI coins, everything, because I do believe this is going to be one of the biggest altcoin seasons ever. I know people are a little bit scared about what's happening, which we will discuss Bitcoin dominance also just for a little bit. But I truly do believe like render, let's say whatever, it's 350 right now, 320. I do believe this coin can hit like just off top of my head, remembering its market cap like 60 bucks. So I'm personally aiming for like those 10 to 15 X's, generally speaking, but I'm always gonna go based off the charts and not necessarily, just the money amount. Um, and yeah, it is more of a psychological move, right? We talked about how, we expected this manipulation, first taking out these highs, then we expected a sell candle, right? Because of the global liquidity, right? Global liquidity index. We could actually delete this of the global liquidity index if we change it to red. Change to red, go on the weekly, right? So we were down here last week. Last week, we were down here for the global liquidity. So, it was expected to at least have one down candle, especially that we had a fake out. And then we talked about how historically, every time the global liquidity goes down, like if the global liquidity goes down, right, there's a fake out first, dump. If the global liquidity is ready to reverse, that we have our final sell candle, we have a fake out to the downside, and then we reverse to the upside, right? So it's the same thing. If this was going to be the last down candle, I expected for the start of this week, which I mean, technically we're on Thursday, so the timing's a little bit just slightly off. I did expect this manipulation. I did really, really did. Also, when we put the global liquidity like pound for pound, like right matching Bitcoin's chart, it did say it should be dropping towards, like 100,000, 400, 300 area. So we are practically there. We are practically there. And I do expect a big, big move tomorrow. I would be really, really surprised if we do slam down tomorrow and like start like closing off. Because then, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, we're not going to recover from like 94, 95K all the way back up to 112K on the Saturday and Sunday. And that point, the global liquidity index for Bitcoin with our specific settings are no longer possibly going to be valid, which is going to be concerning, right? Because that is one of the ways, one of the tools that we have been using, and it's been really, really great, right? The 91 days here was perfect. The 91 days here was perfect. Even technically the top for 91 days, the sell candle for 91 days. So this 91 days should reverse starting like already today, tomorrow, Saturday, and maybe even Sunday. You might have a little bit more of a push. Uh, uh, um, do, 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 do. Let's see. Could be wrong, but yeah, I think we are in for a wild crypto year. Me too, me too. Thank you, Darren. Hit that like button. Always appreciate the support, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to one. We've been talking about dumps for a while. We have literally talked about turbo breakup structure, other coins breakup structure. So, but the difference between you and I was you've been calling turbo ass for like months now. So of course, eventually when things are gonna go down, you're gonna be right. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Look, I never get bothered by your comments. In fact, sometimes they make me laugh. But sometimes you do. I don't know. If you're a rage baiter, you are doing a 10 out of 10 job because people always reply to you. And I believe in free will. So if you want to leave those types of comments, if you want to if you want to practically, uh, yeah, I don't, I don't, I don't really I don't ban people from my YouTube comments because I don't care. The only things I ban is bots, but there's like a billion bots, so I show clips. Sorry, I only do a portfolio review for those that pay it because I've already had people pay it, so like for portfolio reviews, in-depth ones. So it would just literally make 0 cents for me, you know, just to do it now. Um, especially that others have paid for it. So yeah. But listen, guys, um, I overall expect a reversal. I really, really do. I do think, especially if we see a strong rejection off of here, I really do believe we should start reversing. Now, Friday, right, with a news event, it may still take out this daily candle, right? It may take out this daily candle, even just by $200 and then reverse up. We do have NFP, right? One of the biggest news events, in fact, probably like the biggest. This and rate cuts are practically the biggest news events that happen, but this happens guaranteed every single month on the first Friday of each month, right? So, um, so yeah, it is like, it is always a very impactful news event, but that means something could slam or pump thousands of dollars like Bitcoin or gold, right? We can see gold, like let's just say hypothetically, I'm not even looking at structure or something, like gold can drop like 40 or $50 just because of the news, right? We can have a currency pair go up or down like 150 pips in just a couple of minutes. So, I do expect some big slammage tomorrow. Jesus, my dog sounds like a vacuum. Let's see. I gotta catch up on the comments, guys. I'm such a noob streamer. Um, um, yeah, it's pretty solid. That one you said 33%. I swear to God, you better not be right. I think we are close already to bottoms. I do believe the bottoms, at least for Bitcoin, especially, are here. I like for these bottoms, and I do believe altcoins are going to be generally recovering, even just in terms of Bitcoin dominance, right? Bitcoin dominance continues to go up. And like I've been saying for literally months, we need to see it like slam down a heavy couple of percent within a few weeks, right? To get that break of structure to really switch momentum. We also, when we go to this chart, right, the others chart, we've been talking about how I expected for us to come back into the zone. And I really do believe once we get into the zone, once Bitcoin dominance goes roughly, let's say 68 to like 72%, I do believe that's going to be somewhere there where we are going to reverse. um, the thing is, guys, I've actually still have a lot of I still have a lot of turbo buy positions from last year that are still in very nice profits. Uh, oh, I think the one said I'm always right. I'm always right. I could go further than 50 to 70% down. The one turbo dropped heavy over an hour ago. I mean, yeah, we talked about it in the daily turbo videos, right? That we did expect this drop, right? We did expect drops to be happening in terms of technical analysis, especially, even like before it dropped, there was no signs of life, right? And we at the bare minimum expected to take out this zone. And then when we saw more data here, we're like, yeah, we're 100% going to go lower because Bitcoin still didn't drop the couple of thousand, right? So and this is like the most fundamental retest somewhere in these boxes. So like, obviously not financial advisor and stuff, but like you could literally start dollar cost averaging now, even potentially up to like 0.0033 to really start getting like nice pullback entries. There's zero reason for us to really be going lower and then closing lower. It wouldn't make sense unless we would be wrong about so many things and we would do the 92K Bitcoin gap fill, which is like the only annoying thing. which I still don't think is going to happen, just purely because global liquidity has been right multiple times. Um, and the trend is just really, really bullish and stuff. So, you know, but we'll obviously have to see. But I still believe this is it. I still believe these are practically going to be the bottoms for Bitcoin. We are going to start reversing very, very heavily over the next 48 to 72 hours. Let's see. NFP, we're going to 150K. Can you name one crypto that you believe will have the best return on interest? Well, it depends. It depends. If you're talking about like, obviously the highest gain potentials are always going to be like meme coins and utility coins and etc. Like financial coins, real world assets that you get in super early. So obviously in terms of like, if we're not talking about risk, like Turbo is going to be up there. A couple other meme coins are going to be up there. If we're talking about like a high probability, let's just say 10x, I would say, you know, obviously like these ones that I have over here, you know, Render, Ondo, even probably like Zbeck. Um, so yeah, I do, you know, it just depends what your goal is, right? I have a certain amount of money that I'm looking just for like a 10, 15x, like mentally at the bare minimum. Obviously, if if like let's say there is a world where things just flop and the markets and everything suggests we're flopping, like we have a little pump, but then everything screams recession, 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 recession. It's gonna be disappointing, but I'm gonna have to cash out, and because I'm not going to, you know, self-destruct and lose. But I do think mentally, you know, that 10 to 15x is very highly probable. Thank you for the likes, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Brother, I got frustrated that I feel like there is no altcoin season because the mess is going on since the beginning of the year. Listen, Omar, we've been talking about, I know I was very, very small, especially maybe just a couple months ago. I mean, I still am a small channel, but we're just looking for very like specific things in the charts to happen, and nothing has indicated that altcoin season was going to happen. The closest thing we got to altcoin seasons, ladies and gentlemen, was actually, if we go to the Bitcoin dominance, right? When we got this big drop, right? That not this big drop, this big drop back in like late November, early December, that was the closest thing to potential altcoin season, because we dropped a couple percent, but I truly did believe at the time, which obviously came out to be true, that it was just a fundamental retest, especially with the way our monthly candle closed, right? The way our monthly candle closed was really, really aggressive. And then, of course, right, we were looking here at the time how we were creating, yes, we were creating lower highs on the weekly, but we're also creating higher lows. And then I was like, well, everything suggests that Bitcoin dominance is going to go up. So I believe it's going to go up practically. That's what we said at the time. And then we can see, you know, it has gone up. So yeah, right. And then we even called the Bitcoin dominance drop to 62%, which it was pretty much perfect. And yeah, we can see we're going up ever since then. So I still am very, very confident that we will be going up another couple more percent. And when we slam, that is going to be the most fun part. Money, 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 money is going to be coming into our pockets sooner than later. Well, definitely you're going to lose 50% on your meme, but you should be okay if you buy the bottom. Is this the bottom for Bitcoin, or do we go to 98K? If we do go to 98K, it's probably going to be a wick for like Friday. Friday will wick down, and then like maybe the news event that's going to come out at 8 a.m. and then we're going to go up. Love your videos, man. I watch everyone. God bless. Shout out Andrew. Shout out Andrew. An influencer by the name of Dream Crypto thinks Render could 4x max. I seen he was in your list of people at the bottom of your page. Would you disagree with him? Yeah, so I would. Because I remember I don't really watch Dream Crypto. But one of like the last, like second last video I watched was, I was just curious what his take was about Render. And he was just when render was right over here, like literally like right somewhere over here. He was just saying how like, yeah, render, the price action doesn't look good, it's probably gonna go lower, doesn't look like there's any life. And I was just like, I disagree, because for me this is just the market's getting ready to pump. Bitcoin was getting ready to pump. Like the markets were already indicating that we are going to reverse, and we are going to burst the upside. So when I saw that take, I was like, no, I disagree with it. It's just confirmation bias. He saw something low. He saw something, that looks kind of like dead. So he kind of wrote it off. And then render, like practically, a little bit less, but it practically 3x'd, right? It showed a lot of life. It showed a lot of promise. Sure, a lot of altcoins did pump, but render performed really, really well in terms of the pumps that we had. So I disagree with him. I disagree 100%. For me, I seen his videos before. Like I said, not many, but he's one of those like people that just uses certain data points, which is like valid, like, the fear index, this. He uses like indicators, which indicators are usually just like lagging, right? So he's generally okay. He's generally okay with information, but if you would ask, like, I didn't watch the video, but people give price predictions for it, like, based off anything. And like for me, 4x, buddy, that is what a 4x is, practically going back to all-time highs. Absolutely not. I like absolutely not. If render goes only up to 4 times the amount, that probably means a lot of other altcoins did not do that well, and then just the whole altcoin season's a dud. Also, I'm going to start reading comments a little bit quicker, and we will dive into some of the drama. Turbo exit plan. Practically, I do have some ideologies and stuff, which sometimes I share, but it's more in the moment. Like I like literally it's all on the charts. It's the charts. If there's multiple charts indicating certain timings, that is when I am going to be, exiting, right? That is my plan. Right, we know the 4-week philosophy rule and stuff. We talked about Bitcoin dominance, the others dominance chart. So when we start seeing a bunch of important charts and data line up, and even just, I like, for me, I called 2 turbo reverses. I don't know if you guys were here at the time, because I was really, really small. I was small definitely back here, but I literally called this turbo reverse, and then I called this turbo reverse 100%. Right, so yeah, so I have a pretty good eye on like reversals and stuff. And obviously even just the markets generally, the last few weeks we have been pretty spot on with everything. So I believe in the technical analysis. I believe in the charts that are truly important, and that is it. Thoughts on Mudang? Mudang is all right. It's all right. In my opinion, it's just kind of whatever for a meme coin. Smash the like button for our boy crypto family. Thank you for those that are liking. Like I said, always appreciate the comments and everything. I smashed it. Thanks for the reminder. Turbo exit plans. When will altcoin season be if things work out? Most likely early, probably like fall time. Like very late summer to late fall is like probably going to be the prime window, because we are closing in on very important data key points. Right, we are closing on very important data key points. Even something like global liquidity is still trending up, right? I know people are scared right now with the markets, but global liquidity is still trending up. We could see we are making a nice recovery, right? These were like the mid-July highs. This is practically like late August, beginning of September. So, if we do start seeing a huge burst in global liquidity, that's probably also going to be, sometime with altcoins. Obviously, Bitcoin index, been talking about it for a while, expected to go roughly to 70% before it drops. That's also going to be an indicator. Obviously, others dominance going back down to like 6.5% more or less, and then pumping up, right? That's also going to be a huge indicator. So most likely fall time. And I do believe we probably will get a second pump, but it's going to happen like early, like mid 2026, and then the markets are just going to die. Because there's so much data that suggests recession, but usually historically before a recession and everything, There's a huge rally. Boom, explosion. Thanks for playing the game. You know? New sub, keep work. Great work, bro. Keep it up. Thank you so much. Fit Fat at Tip Top. What an interesting name. Yeah, Turbo is doing great, like you said. You know, I've been pretty spot on with absolutely everything. We've literally been talking about reversal, so I don't know what you're on about. What about PNG? PNG is solid, right? PNG is solid. I do want to see, you know, we pretty much drew this out in the video, I think, right? I do want to see more from the actual team. They are taking way too long with version 3, right? Yes, it is a big update. Yes, it's not the easiest thing to do in the world. But yes, also like other coins have done bigger and better stuff in a shorter amount of time. So it's like, come on, get it going. You know, I don't marry tokens. I really don't. I only have a certain amount of PNG anyways. It's like a dark horse coin. Either it's going to like 10x from here, or it could even go up to 100x. And that's not even like, you know, lying. That's not even, you know, going, you know, being a moon boy, because we've seen similar like tokens to Pangolin in the past, like for Ethereum, for the Binance chain, for other chains, go up to low couple billions in market cap, right? But investors and everything need a very big reason. So yeah, we look, attention, all DEX, DeFi, okay, is launching soon on Avalanche. We're introducing, okay. See, they are making like steps, but they keep saying soon. And it's like, I just kind of want to see it just happen at this point. Let's see, Breaking Bitcoin printed its new highest monthly close, which is true. A new month just began and a new all-time high could be next. Bitcoin looks hungry. Let's see what this guy's cooking. 300,000. 300,000. I would be really surprised. I would not complain. The cycle might take longer, but altcoin season would be even like crazier. But no, I don't think we're going to hit 300,000 this cycle, but we'll have to see. Pangolin overall has to retake this green box. It has to break this trend line to the upside and continue going up. What's the highest Bitcoin dominance can go before altcoin season go? Like pretty much 74%. And we're at what, like 65? But the transition between 65% to like 70-ish can happen even within 2 weeks because of the way the structure is in the chart. There's no real support and resistance between the 65 and 70%. So we can burst up very quickly in Bitcoin dominance, right? Especially when I do believe, you know, Bitcoin's already recovering very nicely, right? It's already recovering this is what we want to see. This is what we want to see. Ladies and gentlemen, if in fact, if we do see this candle flip, and if we do see this candle close, especially equally somewhere here, right, just above or just below 103,000, it would be like the most bullish indication ever. We might get a quick little dip when the 8 a.m. news comes out, but I would expect huge bang out. Also, the way the market has been setting up, right? It sets up structure very like narrowly, because what they want to do is they want to bait a lot of investors to put their stop losses at certain areas so they can just take them out. Manipulation. Little cringe, but the game is the game. Level to be close today. Yeah, okay, so I answered that right now. Thanks, bro. Thoughts on Toshi? Toshi is pretty solid. I do think Toshi is going to do well, but it could do it amazing if there's going to be a base trend meta again, right? A narrative on base, which there's a decent chance. I don't, you know, it's just bandwagon, right? So when it's turned into narratives and everything, it's usually just bandwagon for the most part. Yeah, Mudang got wrecked worse. That's because Mudang is already objectively weaker than, you know, coins like Turbo and some other meme coins. Because like I said, I always just put Mudang kind of like in the underwhelming section. Like for me, it's not, I don't need to have like 20 meme coins. I rather just have like, I have like 4 meme coins, I think. I have mainly Turbo, and then I have like 3 small chunks of another coin, and that's it. That is practically it. Um, where would you spend 5,000 in the last leg of this market? I would spend it on, depends what your goal is. I would spend it on high probability like 10x coins in real world assets like Ondo and etc. Like Ondo is BlackRock, JP Morgan, right? Um, yeah. I also really like what they're doing with the coin. So it like just like obviously everyone has a different goal, but like for me, a 10 to 20x it would be the goal. If you're my dog, then sorry about that, but he always barks when he sees somebody. Oh, Leo or not Leo. Um, Lefo. Lefo, yeah. XCN coin. Yeah, I was going to do research on that. I was going to actually make a video. You actually just reminded me. Yeah, I have to remember this because I was actually going to make a video on this coin. I have to do a little bit more research. But yeah, Robinhood should delist Pangs, Ponga, and Udang. A lot of people are asking. Yeah, those coins you just listed. I don't know which one's Pangs, but Popcat and Mudang are like the most mediocre meme coins out there. Oh, Pengu. Yeah, Pengu. I agree. I agree. I mean, like, sure they could have it up there because I don't really care at the end of the day, but like those three just mentioned are like literally the most like three mediocre, underwhelming meme coins in my opinion. Robinhood needs to list Turbo. Absolutely agree, Andrew. Head and Shoulders. That's what some people see. That's what some people see, but I personally disagree. I personally disagree. Um, right, because I have my own philosophies when it comes to the charts. We also follow the global liquidity index. I mean, you could actually what if you're talking about head, shoulders, but this usually indicates to go lower. This usually indicates to go lower. It's usually like, I mean, this is kind of ugly, right? This is kind of ugly, but you could debate like this is a head, you got some shoulders here, goes up. But I do believe because of the context and because of the monthly close, right? Like we did close, we did create a higher high. We really, really did. I do believe there's an up, like a move to the upside. So we can see last time when we were really ranging for a while, right? What do you notice about the candles? This one, this blue one was higher than this blue one, and this blue one was higher than this blue one. This blue one was higher than this blue one, right? Right? So it was just kind of like ranging. And obviously we could see in October already shift in momentum. And then obviously November was the big bang, which I do expect a big bang because we have kind of been generally, I mean, you could just, it's obviously a huge range, but we kind of been just slowing down and ranging for already a couple months. So, and we did expect overall, and we said this like in March, we expected this 3-month candle, April, May, June, to overall be a recovery candle, even possibly already pushing to the upside. And that is exactly what's happening. See, if we had a month, if 3-month candle that closed like this, a huge rejection and closed down here, that would not be good. That would not be good. Even this one is very, very weak, right? This July, uh, right? This July candle over here back in 2021. So this is looking on point, right? When I saw this 3-month candle close the way it did, I was like, yeah, this is so beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I think Toshi will do pretty good. If Turbo can hit a penny before bear market, that would be great. You don't think, isn't a penny just right around the corner? Yeah, a penny is like less than 3x. I would be in disbelief if Turbo did not hit a penny. Where's my chat? Sorry guys, I'm still a little bit of an amateur. Still a little bit, I'm an amateur. Um, right now, how we looking? What's up, Joel? What's up, Joel? We're looking pretty good, Joel. We have a pretty solid rejection so far. We most likely will have a burst to the upside tomorrow as there is a news event happening tomorrow, a very, very big one, right? Also, what's your guys' opinion on this Elon Musk versus Trump thing, right? It kind of seems like from the outside, Elon Musk is just crashing out. There is that like 1% in me that thinks this might be like an elaborate plan, a gotcha moment, to to try to maybe bait some people, some politicians, you know, some rich people, this and that. But at the end of the day, I don't really care. But if this is just the face value, then Elon Musk is, oh boy, this guy is really, really, really crashing out, right? We could even just go pull up the posts, which I didn't expect. All of a sudden, this was actually like the first thing I saw, right? Actually, no, this was the first thing I saw. I was like, Elon Musk says, without me, Trump would have lost this election. I was like, well, that's a little weird to just say out loud randomly. But I was like, maybe they asked him a specific, like maybe they're just quoting him in a specific interview. And then I look below, I'm like, wait, President Trump says he's very disappointed with Elon Musk. And I'm like, and then I go lower, I'm like, what's happening? What is happening, right? And obviously then the Epstein files and other stuff, of course. Boom. Yeah, if altcoin season goes better than expected, ladies and gentlemen, or kind of like the way we do August, what is up? What is up, August? Glad to see you here. Yeah, so we could see a 20 to 50x for Turbo, especially if altcoin season goes as beautifully as planned, even in a conservative, more realistic world, right? It sounds crazy now. It sounds crazy now, but then you always look at charts at the bottom at certain coins before they pump up a ridiculous amount. You're like, oh, I shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? Like, oh, this was always the obvious play, always the obvious play. But we can see when prices go down, when things don't look as like, wow, like super, super big pumps, you can see people are hesitant. They get emotional. I think I remember I saw a comment, actually, somebody said they sold practically almost near the bottom of Turbo because they got scared and they panicked. And I was like, oh, brother, like, you know, I'm not putting any blame or shame on you, but it's like, you see, like these markets can really take a mental toll on people, right? Like literally Bitcoin was the second, I'll show you, Bitcoin was the second most overbought, I believe. I don't remember. Wait, oops, this is not the weekly. There we go, back down here. I forgot if it was this one or this one, but Bitcoin in like the 64K range. So I think here was second most overbought ever. Second most overbought ever. And then literally historically, it was the most like oversold here. So what does this say? People are doing the opposite. People are buying here and they're selling here, which is why people call crypto a scam. They call the markets a scam. They say, no, you cannot predict it. It's just a gamble. You just got to, it's lucky. Sure, there's like a little bit of luck, maybe like timings, you know, maybe like opportunity, how your mindset is, and etc. Right? But generally speaking, I don't really believe in that whole, you know, luck aspect. We could just see people in like money, even just like basic money management. A lot of people are bad, right, with it. A lot of people don't have like the most basic financial literacy you need, and like just the most basic common sense when it comes to money. So, you know, it is what it is. This is why market makers, you know, they dump sometimes, but then they're like, haha, gotcha moment, right? All theater. You guys think it's all theater with the Elon Musk and everything, right? I like, yeah, like I said, I believe like there's just no way there's such a big crash out. There's just no way. There's no way. There's no way. I'd like it just, I'd be really, really surprised. And you know, I'm not the type of person that looks at something and I'm just like, you know, a headline says this, I'm like, okay, I believe it. I believe it, right? I've never been that type of person. It's just a move from the big players. Exactly. Listen, even like tariffs, right? Like when people are asking me, what do you think about this tariff update, this, and all I see consistently from Trump, like every day, multiple times a day, or every other day, is just like, oh no, we're gonna raise it. Oh no, we're not gonna do it. Oh no, this country is gonna get this much tariffs. Never mind, they're not. Oh, we're coming to an agreement. No, the agreement fell through, and it just kept going back and forth. And I was like, I don't care about this. Like I genuinely don't. I'm like, I'm going to stick to the charts because they're going to do what they want to do at the end of the day, right? It's all a chess game. It's all theater. It's all politics, right? Right. When it starts getting like really real, it's usually when there's like actual like war happening, right? That's like, but even then, it's like someone in power is moving certain chess pieces a certain way, and we, the people, suffer, right? Especially the people that actually get blown up and their countries, bad things happen to them, right? Um, because the governments, people in power, they just see us as pawns. Like they don't care who we are. They don't care if we have a family. They don't care if we have daughters, sons. They don't care. They just don't care. If they can make the money, right, they're gonna do it. Now, obviously, like I said, very certain contexts, especially with war and stuff, certain countries get caught in a crossfire, blah blah blah, whatever. But in general, this whole thing, the markets especially, just theater, theater, theater. Two alphas is bound to happen. Exactly. So predictable. So Mr. Musk and President Trump thought it would be a cute to stage a lovers. Okay. Thoughts on Brett? I think Brett is really, really solid. It's gonna do decently well this cycle. If there's going to be a based meta, it's going to do a lot better. Obviously, I don't have influence over what's going to be trending and what's going to be meta. Those Math Fury tokens be on fire. Let's see Turbo charts, bro. 69 billion. We'll look at Turbo in just a second. So we'll actually pull up Turbo while I read stuff. This is practically it, right? We expect price to, this is a good overall dollar cost average time. Generally speaking, this is a good overall dollar cost average time. Obviously, like I said, not financial advisor and stuff, but just based off the charts, just based off everything, Like I know a lot of people like to buy up here because they see green, they think it's gonna go forever. They see red, they think it's gonna go down forever. But you just got to look at the candles, the charts, the probability, right? 40 viewers. You guys are absolutely amazing. 19 likes. Thank you so much, guys, for the support. Thank you for the engaging chat. Wait, top chat. I need to do live chat, not top chat. Ooh, there's a chance I maybe missed a few. I don't know why the default setting was top chat. I don't even know how the algorithm detects that. 69 billion turbo, you'll see me at 25 cents. You still see 25 cents? Is 25 cents, whatever's 15 billion market cap, I think can happen. Oh God. Okay, wait. So 10x is 3 cents. 10x is 3 cents, which would be 3.7 cents, which is like 2.5 billion. And then we practically 6x from there. So that's 15 billion, 3.7 cents times 6. What is that? 18.7 times 6. Oh, that's such annoying. Like that's around like 20 cents. That's around like 20 cents more or less. Something like that, right? 21 cents. So yeah, we could. I am going to be taking it step by step with Turbo. Like when the fun time does happen, right? Like I expect for the channel to grow. I expect to have more viewers too. And I am not going to be one of those people that's going to milk when I know Turbo's lifespan is going to be finishing, let's say within 1, 2, 3 weeks. Doesn't matter. I'm not going to be telling people 100x from here because I went back to some videos from YouTubers that blew up from last cycle. And these types of YouTubers, they just ramble. They're like, oh yeah, guys, this just looks like a good zone. It's a little red today. It might drop a little bit lower, it might go up. Like they just kind of give like the most half-ass analysis, conviction, whatever. So I went back to some of these people and I'm like, when I looked, there was this one guy when SHIB was up a good amount, and this was near already then, like the beginning, like of the reversal. Like it was like, oh yeah, we're still gonna go up a lot. This community is so supportive. Shiba this, Shiba that, and it's just like, dude, my God, if anyone took your advice, they just got wrecked. Like I said, I'm not perfect either. You always have to make your own choice, right? You have to make your own choice. But I think in general, historically on this channel, we've been accurate enough to the point where it's credible, right? Like I said, not perfect, never going to be. But yeah, and any mistakes actually that has happened in the last couple months, I believe we improved. I actually do believe we have improved. Because even like I said, I admitted this on my, I don't know, video or stream last time. Ignoring the lower high close on this was was a no-no. What was a mistake from my end? Because my mentality was already like, I'm just focusing A to Z. Like these types of pullbacks don't really bother me. But I know some of you guys, do prefer more info. But luckily, I mean, I was already growing. I grew a decent amount already in December, January. But luckily, things still worked out well and are going to work out well. Kantoshi hit 10 billion. If based meta is going to be a thing, then maybe, but probably not. Remember, I always also do like more conservative price. I could tell you guys 100x for this, 100x for that, but like what's the point? What's the point, right? Small businesses. So Turbo is a great price today. Yes, Robert, if you're looking generally to be dollar cost averaging, right? Our analysis is that we do expect things to start reversing already for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, right? And altcoins obviously are bleeding, right? We do have the 92k gap, which is a little annoying. Yeah, this like fundamentally, like if we're being real, this like a pullback here would be the most fundamental thing, right? Because you're retesting off the support, you're filling a gap, and then you're going. But I just like it would take so long, and I just don't think it's going to happen, especially with the whole global liquidity thing, the higher monthly close. There's a few things that really just say to me, no, we're not going to be chilling for super long here. And I hope I'm right, because I think a lot of people just kind of want to start selling soon over the next few short months. Yeah, I think Turbo has at least 10 billion. Never trust a perma bull. Rush, wait, is that the other Turbo guy? I don't even know how to say. Roshan Silva? What? When you blow up, you're gonna show us your Lambo? Maybe. You know what's okay, guys? I'm gonna tell you this right now. In terms of money, I just want a lot of money just so I could just sleep peacefully, and just go out, and then eventually when I have the wifey and stuff, just enjoy time with her, and then the kids. Like that's it. Like that is literally it. I just want a lot of money so I could just enjoy life, travel a little bit here. I don't think I'm ever going to be one of those people that pays like $1,000 for a slice or a golden slice. I don't care how many zeros are in my bank account. I am never going to pay $1,000 for like a slice of golden pizza. I'd rather just give $1,000 to someone else. I'd rather invest $1,000. I'd rather do almost anything with $1,000 than spend it like on a golden slice of pizza, or like on like a shirt that's like Supreme or whatever for like hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars. And I think for me that kind of applies the same thing for a car. Obviously, like, cars are more acceptable because you drive and this and that, and it's like if you have a lot of money and stuff, it's like gotta treat yourself well. Tomorrow's never promised. But in general, like for me, it's just like I want to chill, wake up, house is nice and cool with AC. Me and my wifey got one or two kids. Go out, enjoy life, go to a restaurant, make content, educate people, become a better and better trader over the next couple of years, larger amounts, personal projects, personal businesses, and that's it. I really don't need that much. I say that as like, but like some people really just they want like this and this and this and this. I don't care. Like I really don't care. Whoa, 45 viewers. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing support. 25 likes. Thank you guys once again. When you blow up, you're gonna show. Oh yeah, sorry. Turbo, good price today, better than yesterday. Bro, got that same feel. Hell yeah. Sounds like a good life. Wait. Let me pull this up. Roche. I think I've seen, he's the other crypto YouTuber, right? He's the other. I think I actually seen a video of his a couple days ago. 'Cause sometimes like I always will have my own analysis, but I'm always curious to see what other people are thinking. Not that they influence my thinking at all, because I live and die by the, unless they have such like good argument and evidence about X, Y, and Z, then I have like my mind open, because anyone can be anyone's mentor in life. Like even like the most like bum person in so many aspects can actually teach you something wise. They could like, you could even reverse it to the point where they could teach you certain things because you don't want to be like them. I know that sounds rude, but like you can literally learn anything from anybody. So, you know, my mind's always open, but um yeah, I've only watched like maybe like 3 of his videos. Like no, like actually watch. I sat through one, but I've clicked on like 4-ish of his videos throughout the last year, because I don't really watch other YouTubers when it comes to crypto stuff. I really don't. He's Canadian as well. I don't like the Russian guy. Talks a lot of BS and clickbaiter. Yeah, he uploads daily turbo. Agree. Wealth, whatever his name is even worse. Wealth, whatever his name is even worse. Lol, just circle jerk. What's your view on crypto banter, which flips every day? Guys, I don't really watch these guys. They're like I kind of went down that pipeline just to see like who's actually credible and stuff. You know, in fact, guys, okay, maybe I don't know if you want to do it tomorrow or Saturday, but maybe we can go through many YouTubers, right? Maybe we can actually do like a longer stream for like maybe 2 hours. We'll go through a handful of YouTubers and we can see, and I'll tell you if they're BSing you or not, right? And of course, it's not sometimes fair to judge just on 1 or 2 videos, but I've seen people that just throughout, let's just say, obviously my lifetime, but like let's just say generally the last year and a half to 2 years, I've seen some people make like very bad takes. Or here, I'll actually let's talk about like one type of YouTuber, or one type, like a type of YouTuber you should always avoid. Okay, let's see, pink sale crypto, 100x. Oops. Let's see. Oh, there used to be this one type of specific guy that I was just like, yeah, you gotta stay away from him. But maybe we can like, let's see. Here, I'll show you guys. Let's see. Jim Crypto. Okay, let's click on Jim Crypto. I don't know anything about him. 71K subscribers, so clearly a decent amount. Nah, he's not like the best example. There were better examples. Okay, let's see this guy. Buy the dip. What? Oh, this must be like old then. A year ago. I read as a day ago. Oh man, sometimes my brain. Crypto bull. Dude, where are these guys? So, okay, so practically I'm going to save some time. There are certain YouTubers that will get paid to promote like 2 or 3 different pre-sale coins a day. Now, I have nothing wrong with taking a sponsorship business, you know, getting paid for a token. I am open to that, right? In fact, in the future, you probably will see that, but only if there's a high potential and promise, because I'm not going to just take any token sale that looks like whatever, that's probably going to end up as a rug, just so my viewers get screwed over, just so I make some short-term money. Like I really am so picky, right? I've already had a few offers. I'm just like, nah. If I see a fantastic offer that genuinely looks next level promising, I'm not opposed to taking a bag. Like I'm never going to be one of those people that's virtuous and be like, oh no, money. No, come on, like, you know. And you know, there was a whole debate like this weird thing on YouTube many years ago where people were getting like punished for taking like sponsors, not even just crypto like YouTubers, just like general YouTubers, gaming, entertainment, they took sponsors and stuff, and or they would make like just even slightly clickbaity titles, they were getting punished. Like, oh, you're doing this for money. It's like, well, partially, yeah, you need money to eat, to live, to pay bills. So obviously, partially, like, you know, it's always like, there's nothing wrong with business and stuff, but you have to be like pretty authentic. You can't just like, but yeah, there are certain types of YouTubers that will take a lot of offers. Let's see this guy. I know nothing
Hello
about him.
and
Doesn't really. He may be getting promoted by these coins because he does have a lot of things. But he doesn't do them like often. There was this one
hello and
specific
welcome
dude.
back. This video is not funny.
Like, he just did it like twice a day. So shameless. Okay, wait. Are you wait? Oh, crypto banter. Oh yeah. Okay, there we go. Are you Canadian? Yes, I am Canadian. Doesn't seem like good guys, but they don't bring value to the channel. I don't know. I stay away from channels that use the word jeets. Like, it's not a racial slur, but that's just my preference. Um, I didn't know people say that. I did not know. I mean, I said it right now. Sorry if I offended somebody, but I did not know people say. I did not know people say that in their videos. I thought that was just like a Twitter term that when people just don't care. The only YouTubers I watch are you and Crypto John. I'm actually blocked by Crypto John just because I just asked. I literally asked him, "What's your opinion on this project?" And it was by another crypto YouTuber, and that's it. He just blocked me. Like that. That was literally it. So pretty lame way to go out. Oh yeah, Crypto John has been exposed. I've heard about that. I've seen some evidence. Um, I'm not really like a drama news channel or something, so I don't really like. I didn't cover it or anything, but I did. I do remember that. I wouldn't take CJ's advice to invest in a coin, but he gives good advice. Who's CJ? What's the best? What's the best for best results on YouTube? What do you mean? What do you mean the best for best results? Dog in me. That's a coin. I don't know. I mean, we could look over it, but in terms of researching it and stuff, I don't know. I'm gonna see. I'm actually gonna go on a pink sale right now. Pink sale is kind of dead, I think, for the most part, because pump fund is just existing. Let's see. Let's see. How do I? Let's look at this together. I have not been on pink sale in like over a year. How do I? Where the hell are the tokens? Are these the tokens, dude? Cow coin? The pool has been ended. I want to see a specific type of person on one of these thumbnails. Value of freedom. Let's see, what about this coin? No. See, the thing, most of these coins are dumps. Like Baby Nero, I would not trust Baby Nero. All these baby coins practically die. Anyway, is this top contributors? I forgot how this works, but you can see if like people are getting like paid and stuff. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. What else? How the hell do I haven't been on this site. Is where are the other tokens, dude? Elon is right though. Trump is on. I know Trump's on the list, but from my understanding is Trump, right? Trump just visited once. I'm the type of person that's like this. If you did those things that like the island does, then can't say it on stream, but it's time for you to go. Practically, it's time for you to go. I don't care who you are. It is time for you to go. If you've done that type of stuff that the island is known for, right? It's different. Like, I believe in context. So if he genuinely just visited, blah, 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 nothing really bad happened, like in my opinion. But if he did go past that line that you really, really shouldn't, then he's got to go. Doesn't matter who you are. You got to go, if you know what I mean. Buy crypto fiat. Okay, wait. Is this the same thing? Trending. Trending. There's no dude, there used to be like a consistent guy that would just promote all these coins. Nemo? Okay, this guy looks like he probably
When scour
he probably does this often. Crypto Vault. There you go. There you go. Found one. We found one. Right? Doesn't literally do it like he does like twice a day. Found one. Oh yeah. Like Diddy's gotta go. All of them's gotta go. I'm about making money, bro. Just think this needs to be taken more serious. Facts. I agree with you, man. The best thing would be altcoin season in the next 4 months, and then whatever justice that needs to happen will happen. Right? I think that's a win-win. I know it sounds like kind of a little messed up, but like, you know. But yeah, look, guys, like this, so people like this, which is crazy. This is a crazy amount of views to be getting for this type of content, in my opinion. He does have 180K subs. Right, but I could tell you he's making decent money off these videos because I know like obviously my YouTube revenue and stuff. So he already makes, actually I could tell you, let's go on Social Blade. Let's go on Social Blade. We'll go on Social Blade. What is his name? Crypto Vault. So like I said, I have nothing personally against this guy, but these are the types of people that would just take 24/7 sponsorships, probably from a lot of mediocre and scam coins. So it's like if you ever see me promote a coin, there's a high probability chance that it's probably gonna work out. Just because I literally never do it. What? Does he not? How does this? He deletes a lot of. He deletes a lot of, maybe like the ones that end up being a rug, he deletes. Wow, what great stats. Since he deletes. Okay, but we can see the other times. I mean, some days are slow, boy. He's probably averaging like what, 15, 20K a day, which he's making decent money. He's making good money. He's making good money. Trust. Is there a way to view this? Bitcoin's going back down. If we get all rugged, we'll bounce back. Could be bots. Don't forget that is true. I pray we don't get rugged. To all the good people who have, I do believe we will be fine. I really do believe. You guys, you have to remember that crypto is so small. Like yeah, you see 100K Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's at what, like 2 trillion market cap, more or less. But Bitcoin itself is 90 times smaller than the all-time high, like stocks, like the stock market cap, right? And obviously, if we just put crypto together, wow, we get an extra trillion practically. But we have like 3.13 trillion in crypto, right? 3.13 trillion in crypto. So we are like still roughly 90, like not 90 now, like 100, no, sorry, 50 to 60 times smaller than the crypto markets, or than the stock markets. Now, obviously, I'm not saying like that's like where we're gonna get to ever, but the point is there's so much growth and potential, right? There's so much growth and potential. So that's why us even getting like, you know, going up 3, 6, 9 trillion market cap this cycle is not like the craziest thing to say. It's really not, especially going up like between the 4 to 6.5 trillion market cap, right? Like going upwards of like 8 trillion market cap is like more than realistic. We want, bro, but it's all the big players who are in the move of wealth transfer. I mean, yes, but you got to remember a lot of people are not financially like literate. They will buy the tops, right? So you got to realize, right, that if even like some of us know how to make money off this, get rich off this. Doesn't matter, right? Whatever your circumstances, like that's just part of the game. They know that, but they know most people are just gonna lose and they're gonna stay away, right? The crypto markets, the markets in general, are always like you need to be super well educated. You got to go through this career. You got to learn this. You know, it's luck. It's you can never predict it, right? There's all these different narratives, and you have all these people like that have lost money in crypto and stocks and everything that they just stay away. There's so many like negative narratives and everything that they just stay away. So yeah, I know we will be fine. I just don't like when people suffer. Tragic the economy goes. I'd rather say when go. Yes, obviously. It does suck, which I do think like a big crash is coming probably 2026, halfway too late. So I think everything like that's why I believe just other than like there's just so much data that it just indicates that we are closing in slowly like for altcoin season, right? Slowly for like the Bitcoin pumps. Because then right after that is practically going to be a huge crash, in my opinion. Now, obviously, we have to see the updated info from a couple months from now, but the way we're trending just screams pump, 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 slam dunk to the downside. And at that point, you do not want to be buying the dips because let me tell you, that thing is going to dip, 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 dip. But yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to go very, very soon. The next three coins I see in the chat, if you want them covered, I'll cover them right now. But other than that, I am going to go, right? We have been streaming for an hour and 6 minutes. We will probably do a fun stream, a longer stream, maybe on Friday or Saturday, where we go maybe over a couple of YouTubers and see, which ones actually just straight up lie, do some BS or whatever. But yeah, but we will be watching videos on when to catch the dip in 2026. Well, 2026 is probably gonna be the sell-off. Like if just off the top of my head, buying opportunities are probably gonna happen like late 2027, upwards of beginning of 2028, just off the top of my head. But obviously, we have to see if things change the cycle. I think generally, historically, generally when things get bigger, when it's like when there's more money involved, it's gonna take longer. Everything takes longer. So the cycles actually might start becoming, instead of every 4 years, it might become like every 5 to 6 years, right? We'll have to see. We'll obviously have to see how things play out. We'll check Moodang out. We'll check Dog in Me. And what's your thoughts on Keyboard Cat? So we'll check those three. And then we will call it a day. I will try to stream also when I am in Austin in about 2 weeks, but those are probably going to be like 20-minute streams. Oh my gosh. My guy. My first 5. This is crazy. This is my first donation ever. And honestly, it could have been a penny. It could have been $1 billion. Obviously $1 billion is crazy, but like, dude, that is crazy. Thank you for the $5, my man. That is like so crazy. That is so, you don't understand like the next level, like a positive shock factor I am feeling right now. You know what I'm saying? Like that is just crazy. Like I've always wanted to feel like how it feels like to have a fairly active chat, right? Are we still live? Wait, are we still live? Or we're still live, right? I think everything's still good. But yeah, I always want to feel how everything. Oh no. Oh, we're live. We're good. I think we had a little lag spike. We're fine. I always want to feel what it feels like to be like a streamer type person, right? You guys are smashing between 30 to 40 views. You guys are smashing the likes. You guys are being active in the chat. I just got my first donation ever, which is the craziest thing. Thank you so much, my man. Thank you so much. On the macro, doesn't it and to pump up cryptocurrency since they want the macro doesn't it them to pump up the cryptocurrency since they want us to get cash society thus. Yes, so yeah, cashless. They want to push cashless. They want to push digital, cashless, digital. They want as much control as possible. which is why, you know, and just even in terms of growth and money potential and manipulation, crypto has so much growth, which is why altcoin season will be here, right? This is just the start, right? There's so much news let's just say per week that comes out that is just super positive, right? Super positive. I really do believe this is the start of some next level like legacy crypto run. um I already do believe there was already institutional trading and everything before. And even just like when I thought about it logically, like it would make the most sense. Like think about like America, right? And all these countries, they just print money, print money. Well, wouldn't it make sense if you're printing money to invest into something where there's only a limited amount of supply of? And cryptocurrency is so young, right? Bitcoin's only at 2 trillion market cap. Right? Gold is like 10 times the amount. I don't know the exact amount for gold, but gold is like roughly like 10 times the amount. So even if we go to one value, match it, the like Bitcoin's the online gold, right? If we were to match it, we would go up upwards of like 2 million for Bitcoin, possibly, right? My math could be a little bit wrong. We could be just 15x more or something. I remember it used to be like 13 or 14 times more than Bitcoin, but then we also gold did shoot up a little bit. I don't know, even if it's like 15 times more, like a 1.5 million Bitcoin is practically going to be the equivalent of how much money there's in gold. It's just a number that scares people, right? 60K Bitcoin, 100K Bitcoin, 200K, because, you know, but they have to look at market cap. But yeah, oh my gosh, another $5 donation. Oh my gosh. Flies in Soup, what a legendary name. Can you do a quick review of my comment above? Only ones I'm in, what I think they are. They will go are, I don't know. Okay, what's LCX? What is, I don't know. I might be blanking out right now. Shit, we got a couple to cover. Let's just get back on track. Let's do this, right? I yap too much. Netdex, LCX. What the hell is LCX? Let's look at, let's see the other ones. PNG, Arrow, Turbo. So very solid roster. Definitely more on the side that risks like higher, like, or leans on the higher risk, higher reward. I say higher risk because that's how just people view it. I don't really think that risky. PNG is a dark horse. I've said this in the stream before. I don't know if you heard it. For me, they're taking slightly too long, right? For the version 3, like we just seen what Caspa's done in a span of 3 months, and that is more impressive than what Pangolin did. But I will say, I had a vision one time that Pangolin was at 700 something million market cap. I'm holding on to Pangolin, but it is more of a dark horse coin. So just know that. Arrow is really good, and Turbo obviously is great. Are these the prices? No, it can't be the prices. Oh, where you think they're gonna go? Pangolin $7. $7 Pangolin. What's Pangolin at right now? Yeah. It all depends on version 3. It's either going to be a 10x or potentially a 100x, and I'm not even joking. Like, I am not joking, because the market cap does suggest we could go that high. W donations, we're good. I want to send a super chat, but all the money isn't Turbo. Trust me, I'll come back after that. It's all good, man. Listen, guys. I just appreciate the likes, the comments, you guys coming in, right? I appreciate everything. Obviously, right? Getting like a donation is like, I don't know, it's this next level experience. I never experienced it, right? It's so damn cool. I absolutely appreciate it. Obviously, you're spending your money, sending it to me as a donation, as, you know, support, as whatever it may be, right? Absolutely grateful, 110%. Okay, I'm getting lost. So Mudang, so we'll cover Mudang quickly, right? We're not going to go in depth into these coins in terms of like the fundamentals, what I think they are. Overall, I do think this coin is a weaker coin. Right? It's had a big pump. So for me, this just seems like it's just screaming correction. it's screaming correction, correction, correction. I would possibly, that's too big of a range. That's way too big. This daily, 12-hour. I would be looking, if I were going to invest in Mudang, and if I were thinking that the Bitcoin markets are going to flip over the next couple of days and the next week, then I do think you can probably snatch Mudang for, between that like 130 million to 140 million market cap. That's where I would aim for. But you got to remember, it has had a recent very big pump because of listings and etc. So I would just be very, very careful. Right? Last time it had a decent pump while we were trending up, it did retrace around 61%. So if we were going to do something similar, 61%. So yeah, like 150 million market cap. So just be wary, right? The purple box a little bit above. Let's see what's next. Sorry if I am a little bit slow, guys. Nice is streaming stuff. I want to be a full-time trader, but this crypto altcoin is the only thing. Hope it doesn't work out. Go back. This man, full-time trader. A lot of it's here. It's a dedication. It's here. It's looking at the charts and being like, I see this. Like I see this on the chart. I see this. The data suggests this. I do this. That is like a core fundamental. When you start believing, well, it could go lower, well, it could go higher, you're already going to get lost. That's why I believe the markets are rigged. Even if I was wrong, let's say, that rigged mentality helps me a lot. Keyboard cat. What? Dude, my butt is hurting. I'm not used to sitting. I mean, I do sit a decent amount, but like I said, I don't know anything about these tokens. We talk about pure technical analysis, higher high than this. Let's look at this. The weekly is a higher high. We could see a retest off of this consolidation zone, which is going to be key, filling up the imbalance. So for me, at least another 10% to 15% drop, be looking for here. And then it should be pushing up because I do expect the markets to be going up higher. Oh my gosh, guys, you guys are crazy with the donations. Thank you so much. Like, guys, this is like crazy. This is crazy. I'm absolutely grateful for every single one of you. Absolutely grateful. Thank you so much. Dog in me. Sorry, boys and girls. I know I'm like 2 minutes behind, or even more. Dog in me. I haven't heard about this. We will actually be overall on the channel and in the private community calling out more coins, especially like Zbec. Zbec I knew was going to be a banger. I saw the price action. I made sure to do extra research on the coin, called it out. And yeah, the whole community in the Discord ate about 3.5 times to 4 times profits. Very, very nice. And I also called the reversals too. And I still made a video on it, so if you did watch it, there was actually some free value. I don't know, this coin is very, very weird. I don't really like the price action. I'm not going to lie. I would not be surprised if we do go back down to like 20 million market cap before we see a bounce. Like this area most likely we get taken out, bounced lower, and then go up higher. But yeah, like I said, I don't know these coins. So if these coins just like there's no team behind it, or it's a rug pull, I can't save you. That's on you. I can only tell you in terms of pure technical analysis. But remember, technical analysis for meme coins are like a little thing. Didn't have too many, by the way. All right, so overall, your price predictions are solid. Let's see Arrow. I know I'm kind of going back and forth. Arrow, $12. You're looking for what? Oh, that's upwards of 10 billion. Yeah. Your price predictions are very, very good, Fly and Soup. Very, very good. Like in general, like they're like a realistic mindset. They are at a realistic mindset. Nations were good. Yes, did that. I'm gonna mention crypto before, but it's like except for next system. Yeah, if you guys have like some things, we are going to we're gonna do a longer stream probably on Saturday, probably 2.5 hours. We're gonna go over some YouTubers, we're gonna go over some charts a little bit. You gotta remember Saturday is usually the slowest day. I was going to mention wait, is this the same comment? No, I'm just tripping. I have some spare Ash. It's probably one of the most only one trust. I've been watching for months, low key lol. I don't think you covered it, to be honest. LCX is an exchange used to make payment. Wait, is this the yellow L? Wait, is this the yellow one? LC LCX LCX crypto. No, I would have to do like. It's hard for me to tell you price prediction. I'm not gonna tell you price prediction for this yet. This is something I would have to do like research on. I don't want to like misguide people. Like I rather just say like if I don't know something, I rather just say I don't know. Like I'm not gonna just lie to you. Oh, Lee. Oh, that's insane gains. Let's see what it last year. I mean, decent. Looks like a double top correction, which could actually mean a pump soon. Just this is the line chart. Obviously, the line chart is not like the most ideal. You have to look at the details. But yeah. Uh $2 from, oh man, IL most rovered. Sorry if I butchered your name. So I'm so sorry. What's your best play coin? How many X? Depends. Guys, everyone has a different definition. Me personally, I'm looking for like that 10, 15X mark. And I do believe Ondo Finance will hit it. It's BlackRock, JP Morgan, um, what they want to do with the token, the price it's at right now, the market cap. It's also one of those coins that I believe is going to be in the 35 to 45 billion spot easily, right? Which 10x right now. That's why I bought a lot. Like I've been buying a lot. That 10x is 25 billion market cap, which I see more than realistic. More than realistic, right? And if we do go a little bit over our 45 billion market cap zone, then that's upwards of 20x. So for me, Ondo is a big play. I've been really investing heavily and aggressively in Ondo. I like what they want to do is very unique. I don't want to like just misquote right now, but they pretty much they want to bring like traditional finance onto crypto to put it into short. And like I said, BlackRock, JP Morgan, the house never loses. The house never loses. The house never loses. So yeah. Here's your second super chat, lol. I enjoy and appreciate your insight, brother. Thank you, G-Man. Thank you all 4 of you for donating. G-Man, most Rover, thank you so much. Flying Soup, right? And integrative natural. Why can't I see your name, full name? What the hell? I don't know how these donations work. How do I do this? Imagine I just put you guys in timeout. That's an option. I can click on the donation, and one of the options is put user in timeout. Imagine you give money to somebody and they're like, you know what, timeout. Thanks. That's what I'm looking for. 10, 15, 25x. Yeah. That like 15x is like what I really want as like the bare minimum. Like that 25x is what I'm looking for as like a still high probability, especially if we are dollar cost averaging now, right? Crazy. I got it Ondo months ago. I got out of Ondo months back. Someone told me it wasn't worth it. I should have stayed in. Love from Japan. You're in Japan, brother? Damn. Hell yeah. Il mostro verde. What? Is this Spanish? Biggest YT scam low. What's your price prediction for Ondo again? Easy 10x. So what, like $7, $7.70. My original price prediction was like $10 to $12. So I do think Ondo, it was somewhere there. It was somewhere there. It was like that 10 to 12. Love from so you're sending me love from Japan, but you live in India. So you're Japanese living in India. What time is it in wait, it might be 12 hours ahead. Right? India actually might be 12. It might be morning for you right now. Oh my god, my butt is hurting. I gotta like sit up. But yeah. All right. Does anyone have like one or two more coins before we really wrap up? I haven't slept, bro. My guy. I know what it's like staying up until like 5 or 6 a.m. or even 4 a.m. and is sleeping during those times, let me tell you, it is dreadful. In fact, I fell asleep around 4:30 a.m. yesterday, which is a horrible schedule. My schedule flipped, right? Sometimes all it takes is a one bad night, that caffeine a little bit too late, overthinking, trading, that's what it was. It was trading. I saw opportunities start lining up for trading, and they were going into London session, which is usually like starts like at 2 a.m. more or less. Um, and I saw opportunity to make money, and I was like, I don't care. I'm trading. And then I flipped it, and then like, yeah, yesterday I had low sleep. Today I also have low sleep, but today I'm probably gonna crash out soon. Like I would not be surprised if I'm sleeping by 11 p.m. Uh, low cap coin. Check it out. But which one? Which low cap coin? Jerry, guys, we've talked about Jerry a million times. We'll go over Jerry. Actually, I gotta remember. You know what, guys? I gotta remember that someone can ask about the same coin, but it might be a different user. So we talked about Jerry. You can see here, there's already lines and stuff already a couple days ago, and I already said that there's multiple days of resistance here. There is a high. There's a lower high. I expect Jerry to go down a decent amount. Now, the most fundamental pullback would be to 6 million market cap, but I don't doesn't necessarily have to happen. So even buys, I'd say buys below like 8.70 million market cap is already like it's a good time to dollar cost average. Like I said, I don't know anything about this coin. So you guys have to do your own research when it comes to that, right? Are you worried about selling? No. No, 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 no. Oh, low cap, that's what it's called. Okay. Degen, we'll cover Degen. Toshi. We can look at Toshi for a second. It's literally called low cap. That's funny. Oh, brother. 1.1 million market cap. Well, in terms of pure technical analysis, like these coins are always tricky because like I don't know how great this coin is. If this coin's really great and starts blowing up, like this technical analysis might not mean anything. But we are consolidating. We are struggling. I do believe it's gonna like a similar scenario to this, right? I do believe you're gonna flatten out a little bit, go like this, and then go up. Now, of course, if something big happens with this coin, I have zero clue what the hell this coin is, right? Then obviously, like this technical analysis, it might just pull down a little bit and then spring up. See what's Bitcoin at actually? The 400 area. I actually have a buy. I have a live trade, which is it's still a little bit risky because it's more going in blind. But I have a live trade, like right. The price is different on this than MetaTrader. It was like this, and it was like practically like 2. Was it 2K? It was even lower. No, it was. The hell am I? Oh yeah. On this it was like 800 something. It was like 800 like this. Oh, this is only 1K. I'm tripping. It was like 98. Yeah, something like this. So I do have a trade something like this where I expect even to possibly go like yeah to all-time highs. No. What? My ratios are slightly messed up. Ah, yeah, my ratios are messed up because I gotta put it up higher. Yeah, it was something like this. It's something like this. Now it is going in a little blind. I will say it is going a little bit blind. Um, but is based off. It is based off the global liquidity. It is based off. We just swept all the weeks of global like all the liquidity here, right? We just swept all of it. and I'm following the data. I don't have the most amount of confirmation technically yet on the micro moves to go in, so it is a little risky. It is risky. Um, there's also a decent chance that on Friday this will get swept. Hopefully not too much. But yeah, that's the risk I'm willing to take. If anything, I just readjust. If it does go lower and then bounce up, whatever. If obviously it just starts crashing, then we were wrong. We were wrong. Then our global liquidity index is wrong for the first time in multiple, you know, it's been proven multiple times it works, but it's going to be wrong for the first time, which is going to be a little scary, which also then means we're probably going to 92K. Then we got to readjust our whole plan, right? Toshi, thumbs up. House, bro, I'm trying to make it out in the Indian stock market doing swing trading for like 2 years, 20 years old, dropped out from computer engineering. Damn. Um, Listen, I don't know much about computer engineering, but like I said, the only advice I could give is literally you got to learn and follow the data for what it exactly is. Like if you like we were calling this how Bitcoin was going to be going down for already some time, right? The data, especially on the daily, has been suggesting that we're going to. Even when we did have less data, right? Even when we had this, it was extremely weak. And then the way this closed up here, it was lower, it was a lower high. So you got to think, okay, it is going to go down because we have confirmation. That is the confirmation. When you start thinking, oh, what if? No, that's when you start getting wrecked. Same thing here. We had those 3 days of going up, but I was like, this just looks terrible. Historically, there's always manipulation. Ah, the Friday, what? Friday candles here. What? I think they count, it's weird. They count the daily candles, I think, as after 5 p.m., but then on the hourly doesn't count. So Zach Schnoo, make me rich. What's up, man? Degen coin. All right, we're gonna look at Degen. Degen. Ah, I forgot about Degen coin. Oh, what the hell? Why is this chart so ass? Degen. Degen. This one. Make me rich times 2. Is this? Wait. I will try my best to help you guys out. I will try my best to help you guys out. But I cannot promise anything. I don't control the markets. If I could, I would pump all of our coins to infinity. Well, not infinity, because then we might get investigated. But I would pump our coins up like 100x. I think that'd be pretty fair. And then just sell it off. Degen is also one of those ones that I'm not the biggest fan of, but we did break structure. So structure already has been shifted for a while. We can see this reverse head and shoulders. And then even when you actually go and zoom out over here, right, we have a lot of structure like here. So for me, degen, right, I expect it, especially with Bitcoin being fairly low, it going down potentially a couple more percent to like mid 80s million is very, very likely. And then I do expect it to start going up to the upside, right? It did create a higher high. All right, we have this high here and this high here. So this high is higher than this one over here, right? So everything is fundamentally well. Technically, as long as the weekly candle does not close below this, like for the red ones, you are fine. So even if it comes down here and it's red and it ends up closing there, like you are fundamentally fine. Now, like I said, once again, this is a meme coin. I don't follow this coin. Something bad happens with it. If it's just a rug, then, I can't help you with that. I really, really can't. But yeah, we are with most coins, even just the other data, like most coins are ready to like burst out from very key swing points. They are. So this coin should be seeing some type of life over the next few weeks, as long as it's just not like the worst type of coin. But yeah. Toshi. Toshi. What do we call for Toshi in the video? Yeah, potentially going to like the 100. It was like what? Like the 180 million market cap, more or less, is probably a great buy for Toshi. Right? No signs of reversal. We are coming to this big zone soon. It going down another like 10% is very, very likely. So yeah, around the 180 million market cap is where I would be looking for it to bounce back and is a good DCA option. This would be the best way to shake out people before liquidity. Exactly. This would be our corporations and the countries buying Bitcoin, manipulating to corporations and the countries buying up Bitcoin, manipulating to I don't think they're gonna, yeah, they are lowering right now. So here's the thing, they also love screwing traders, they love screwing people over. Okay, so in terms of big moves, in terms of everything, everyone that's trading, right, anybody that had like a stop here, you gotta remember, like a lot of retail traders and other types of people, they think a certain way. So let's say someone bought here, right, and let's say they had their stop here, right? They had their stop right over here. They just got wrecked today. If someone had their stop right over here, they just got wrecked today. If someone had their stop, they just got wrecked today. And that is practically the last relevant area until we go down here. But based off other charts, we don't believe we're going to go down there. So that's why I was screaming for this price, like these price points, at least 103,000 at the bare minimum, because manipulation. You got to remember, there was a big whale that lost $100 million recently because he did something like it was like 103 5,000, like 500. He got in at 109 ish, and he just thought it's gonna blast off. So someone got liquidated of $100 million recently. So yeah. Whiff. All right, listen. I'm gonna wrap things up. I should have wrapped it a long time ago. We already covered more charts than we, or more coins than we said we were going to. We said we're gonna cover 3. I think we covered like 8 or something. So sorry if I missed yours. You know, just come next stream. I'll be there. I mean, obviously I'll be there. If I'm streaming, obviously I'll be there. But you know, next time you come in, especially come in earlier, then we will cover it, right? Altcoin. Is Crypto Barn? Isn't that is that a YouTuber? Wait, I've seen a meta about this. These are not gonna last. Unless this is like the meta right now, but I'm pretty sure I've seen these types of coins. This meta is not gonna last. This is not gonna get anywhere. Oh yeah. Talking about this coin? Buddy, this coin might have one revival pump in it. Maybe by some type of whales. Right? Because we do have like a decent amount of accumulation in here. Like up here more or less. So maybe if it goes back down to like 500k market cap, it might spike up to like one more spike. But like these types of coins, they're like this analysis doesn't really matter too much. So yeah. So yeah, guys. My PC build, I actually don't even know. 30, nothing crazy. It's like a 3070. It's like a pretty good i7 Intel. Yeah, it's nothing too crazy. Yeah, I could play like whatever, like Counter-Strike fairly easily. I could stream fairly well. I am looking to be pack punching my computer soon though. But generally, like, I got it at a nice discount like I think 2 years ago, and I was like, I'm just gonna use it because like I don't need anything special. Like I really don't. Like even just an office computer would be more than enough for me. You play Reforger? Only thing. But yeah, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll close off with Whiff officially, like right after this. Oh wait, Whiff. We will officially, literally right after this, say our goodbyes. Whiff most likely will go back down to, in terms of accumulation and bounce up, to probably like 73 cents. Probably 77 to 73 cents before it gets some type of redemption. I do think right now we are practically, like you see, like this, we are practically doing something like here, right? So I kind of expect this for Whiff overall to then bounce up, because I overall do expect the markets to be bouncing up. But yeah, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys did enjoy this stream. Thank you guys so much for the donations. If you guys are still here, right? This craziest thing ever, right? Not only did we get my first ever donation, we got four. We got four donations. So absolutely grateful for every single one of you that joins the stream. Probably a long stream of, oh, we already almost did 2 hours, but we'll probably go like 2 to 3 hours on Saturday. We will go over some YouTubers live, which we think are like of value to, in terms of information, in terms of what you can trust, etc. Obviously don't really want to cause any drama or name shame anybody, but at the same time, you guys are my audience and I have to protect you guys, right? I have to protect you guys. You also do have to protect yourself, of course. But like I said, Carlos, thank you so much for the $2 to end off this stream. You guys are absolutely nuts. The best fan base I could have ever asked for. You guys always support the videos, always leave positive, comments, reinforcements, and etc. And yeah, man, thank you guys all for joining. This is only the start. We are looking to be growing the community, get consistent more views, consistent more chatters, consistent more everything. And yeah, this cycle, I really do want to, help a lot of people out. And I think for the most part, I've been doing a pretty good job, not to just like gas myself up, but yeah. So we will continue with the streams. Thank you so much. Have a great night. Have a great day wherever you guys are from. And yeah, once again, thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, talk to you guys.